Hi, let me show you our Robens Vista 600 tent. The Vista 600 is a great tent for families and groups who want a spacious tent. Because of the construction, you'll have very steep walls on each side, which is giving a really roomy feeling inside the tent, and it accommodates up to 6 people. Our Vista 600 tent is a part of our Outback range. In our Outback range, we use a Hydrotex poly cotton fabric. By using cotton in the fly sheet, you will have a much better breathability, which makes the tent less warm to stay in at summertime. In a fabric like this, we don't need to use a coating on the backside, which helps that good breathability. What we've done is that we treated the outer with a water repellency treatment, so in light rain, as you see, rain will just repel off. When the rain gets heavier, what is happening is that the cotton fiber will expand and close any holes you might find in the fabric, making it totally waterproof. We have also tested the Vista 600 in our rain facilities to make sure you will find absolutely no leakage in the tent. Another good thing about using cotton is that it's not influenced so much to UV light, making it last a lot longer. So even though it's a bit more expensive, it might be a good investment for you. The poles we use in the tent are a high quality DAC alloy pole. As you see, we have 2 main poles, and these poles are connected with our DAC pole hubs. This more or less make the tent freestanding. One of the good things about a freestanding tent is that you can easily pitch the tent and then move it around to the exact location and then peg it. These connection poles also make a good, what we call eyebrow protection, meaning you can have a good ventilation even in rainy weather. You have this on both sides of the tent, and you also have some good ventilation in the front, and you have a big ventilation opening in the rear part of the tent. Another convenient little detail is our use of a guyline retainer. That's simply a little loop that stores the guyline when it's not in use. So next time you have to use it, it's not tangled up. You also find a storm guard system. That's a webbing that's used to connect the fly sheet and the guyline to the pole. So what you do is that you simply wrap the webbing around the pole to make an efficient connection. That'll make an even stronger construction of the tent. We've tested the Vista 600 in our own wind facilities up to 120 kilometers an hour. One of the things I particularly like about the Vista tents is this great canopy. It helps us make a rainproof and rain-safe entrance, and it also gives some shade from the sun. As you see, the Vista has a big opening, and on the back side on the door you have a full mesh panel. This makes it possible to have the door open in summertime to have a good ventilation but still keep out any bugs and insects. The floor is a tough Oxford polyester with a PU coating, and it has a hydrostatic head of 5,000 millimeters. As you see, it's a full sewn in ground sheet, so you'll have no insects inside, and also protects from dirt and mud. Down here we also have a nice little detail, so if you like to use electricity in the tent, you have a main axis. If we take a look inside the tent, you'll find some big windows. So you have big windows on each side and also some big windows in the front of the tent, which is making up almost a panoramic view from the inside. Every window has its own curtain, which can be closed if you need some more privacy. As you also see up here, every ventilation opening can be closed in bad weather. The inner tent easily zips on and off. Like this. Another good thing about using a zipper is that it helps distribute some of the stress you'll normally have on the seams. On the front of the inner tent we have some good mesh organizers for your smaller personal belongings. And on each door opening we have a good ventilation. The inner tent is what we call a universal inner, meaning that you can decide to zip off one of the sleeping compartments. This will give you more living space. You also have the option to open up the room divider inside the inner tent if you want to have one big compartment. On the rear end of the tent you also have some good mesh ventilation. In the top of the inner tent we use what we call a blackout inner, which will give you a better sleep in the morning. Down at the corner you'll also find some small mesh pockets for your nighttime essentials. So, as you see, the Vista 600 has a lot of good details and plenty of space for the whole family. Thank you very much for watching.